Hey everyone, Joseph Onesta, type 2 mentor here. I'm not a doctor, no medical advice, but I do want to talk to you. This is episode 4 of uh, the medical gaslighting. You know, in the advent of the internet, there's a lot of information that is available to us that in order for us to get access to this prior, we would need to go to the library and read things that most of us wouldn't understand. Now in the internet, people are dumbing things down for us. I'm one of them, and I don't like to use the word dumbing down, but I'm making it accessible because when I read a scientific in a journal, an article, I have to exercise certain critical skills. When I say critical, I mean criticism. It's like who funded this? Where was this done? What was the goal? How was this stated? Was it conducted well? I'm not a research scientist, but I can read these things. But to explain them, just have a conversation about them. And we have these reporters who are making things so dumbed down that they're wrong. These popular articles, eat this seed and it's going to take away your diabetes is absurd. There may have been some study along the way that said the consumption of these things contributes to the control of blood glucose or something like that. But they've dumbed it down to drink this tea and you're going to be fine. I can tell you, I hear these things all the time. The problem is not only is it good that we have availability of this information, the problem that comes from that is that we jump on bandwagons and we go to, if we open our mouths to our doctors about, doctor, have you heard about this tea or this cleanse process? Or the doctor is just inside his or her head, rolling their eyes like, here's another one. And the doctor thinks it's basically unreliable, and rightfully so. So when you go to your doctor and say, look, doc, look at my A1C, it's way down. My fasting glucose is in the normal range. And the doctor doesn't ask you what you're doing for a bunch of reasons. But if you start telling them, I'll use that, him or her, them, when you start telling your doctor about those things, it sounds like a gimmick. It doesn't sound like what they learned in school. And so they kind of shut down. They kind of shut down. You know, we all do that when we think what we're hearing is bullshit. As a clinical hypnotist, I'm going to tell you the reason that hypnosis works so well is that you stop filtering. You don't care if it's bullshit or not. That's an oversimplification of the process. But really, you just stop caring. Whatever this hypnotist is saying, they're not controlling you. You're not going to cackle like a chicken. It really is coming down to something like, I'm hearing it and I'm it doesn't matter. I'm not filtering. The minute, if I'm talking to you as a clinical hypnotist and you're hearing what I'm saying and you're thinking, well, that's bullshit, none of it's getting into your unconscious mind. None of it. It's not sinking in. Think about the political schism that we have in the United States right now. Nobody listens to anybody else because they're saying things that nobody wants to hear. But when you're in that relaxed state and you stop filtering, your unconscious mind can make decisions of its own. Little lesson on hypnosis there. So, the doctors, the medical profession's gaslighting, they stop listening because it sounds to them like bullshit. And I've really learned to say to my client, go to your doctor and say, I've looked up this medication and I'm concerned that one of the things that I'm experiencing is a side effect of this medication. And if the doctor doesn't listen, get a second opinion. That's a kind of gaslighting that is gaslighting. I don't know why they don't listen sometimes, but sometimes they don't. And when they don't, they don't. Gaslighting. Joseph Onesta, type 2 mentor,